Hi everyone, it's Blake again with North Winds Wilderness School. Welcome back to another episode of our crazy wilderness adventures. This is Evie. She's my partner. She does all the hard work.
I'm from Little Girl in the Woods, right?
Yes, she has a YouTube channel called Little Girl in the Woods if you're interested. Today we're going to make what I'm going to call a multi-purpose wilderness tool. We are going to make a maul that you could use for batoning, that you can use for driving stakes, that you could use for pounding an ash log to make ash splints, that will also double as a rabbit stick. And what I'm going to show you is just a really simple construction method for how to put it together, and then also we'll show you how to use it when it's done. So the first step in making our maul slash rabbit stick is to find a piece of wood. I like to work with green wood. It's easier to work with, and this is not meant to be a permanent tool. This is meant to be something that we're going to make, use it as we need it, and then make another one later, which is why I'm using pine. If you wanted to make something like this that was going to last, you'd want to use a hardwood. But make sure that if you're going to cut down a tree for a project like this, that you use the whole tree and not just this 2 or 3 foot section. So the first thing we're going to do after we have acquired our log is we're going to figure out how big we want the head of our maul to be. And I'm thinking 6 inches or so. I'm just going to mark a line around the circumference of our log. And then I'm going to start chopping from here down to create the handle. So let's see what we can do here. Do as I say, not as I do. I realize this doesn't look very safe. So you can see I've switched from an axe to a knife, and what I'm doing now is using my knife almost as if it were a draw knife to kind of smooth out the handle area, because you don't want to be holding on to something that's all rough and chunky. It'll just hurt your hand.
And you'll poke yourself, says Little Girl in the Woods.
Yes, and don't poke yourself, says Evie.
From Little Girl in the Woods.
Are we pitching your YouTube channel with every word I speak? Is that what's going on?
No, Little Girl in the Woods. Cut. Oh.
So as we're nearing completion on this project, I'm just using my knife. I don't normally use a knife this big. This guy is called the Bear Slayer. He was made by Patrick Farnaman. I love this knife, but it's the result of having a conversation without having drawn or written anything down. So I'm just smoothing this out. It doesn't need to be perfect, but you want it comfortable to use. And we may, anytime we do a project like this where we're in the bush making something that we're going to use immediately, you can make it, use it, and then maybe later tonight, sitting around the fire, you can work on it some more, you can refine it a little bit, and maybe over the course of a summer or a couple weeks or however long you're using your project, you can end up with something really nice. But for now, we're mostly just going for functional. Like I mentioned earlier, this is pine, And if you were going to make a mallet or something like this for long-term use, you'd probably want to use maple or oak, maybe birch. So this is kind of what we're looking for. I'll come closer. It's got a comfortable handle. You can choke up on it, but it's long enough to throw. So I'm going to show you a couple ways that you can use this. This is just a piece of birch. I'm going to peel as much of the bark off as I can just so it doesn't go to waste.
Because we use a lot of barks. Barks can be handful too.
That's right. So let's just say I wanted to split this piece of wood right here, and I didn't feel like this was going to do it. Find the grain.
Also, if you're doing if you're doing what he just did, it would be very loud. So, go in an outside area.
Yeah, you don't want to do that in the house. So first of all, what I just did is called batoning. A lot of people are going to give me crap for batoning a high quality knife through a piece of hardwood, or hardish wood, I guess. But people do things differently. I do have an axe sitting right next to me, but the whole point is that I was showing you how to do that. So you can see a little bit of damage on the maul, nothing serious. But now, I'm going to use the axe really quick. Let's pretend this is a tent peg and we're setting up a tent. Again, bark has been removed, but no real damage. This isn't going anywhere. The other thing you can do with this is throw it like a rabbit stick, or kind of the way a boomerang would be used for hunting. It's heavy on this end and light on this end. So when you throw it, it'll spin on this axis. When you throw a rabbit stick, maybe I'll do a whole video on this later, you don't want to throw it overhand. If you throw it overhand, it spins this way, and you have to be precisely on target to hit what you're aiming at. When you throw a rabbit stick sidearm, it spins this way, giving you this much area to hit your target. In the background, you can see a little tripod. I don't know why we use tripods for rabbit stick targets. It's just what we've always done. I'm going to take a couple throws at it, then Evie's going to try. All right, imagine that's our rabbit. Just like that. All right, Evie, take out that rabbit. All right, try again. Start off a little closer this time.
Okay.
How about right there? Take out that rabbit.
Yeah.
One more try. Get her this time.
Yeah.
All right, yeah.
So the idea of going into the woods or into nature, whether it's a desert or a forest or whatever you have where you live, and using the resources on the landscape to make the things you need, that is bushcrafting. That is what bushcrafting is. If you're not making your own stuff, you're not bushcrafting. And a simple tool, like a log with a thinned out handle, can become a hammer, it can become a weapon. It can be all sorts of different tools just from, 20 minutes worth of work. Making simple tools like this is super fun to me. Maybe I'll make a couple more of these videos so that you guys can kind of see what other types of projects I do, whether it be a berry hook or an apple hook or a fish spear or a bushcrafted chair even. There's so many things you can make with just simple tools by just using your imagination and using what you can find around you in nature. If you enjoyed this video, you found any value in it, leave us a comment, let us know what you think. Otherwise, my name is Blake with North Winds Wilderness School. I'm here with Evie from Little Girl in the Woods. Thank you very much for watching. You all have a great day.
Follow my channel.